Yo, guys, what is good and what's going on, everybody? Your boy BLSG back at it again for another Sixers live play-by-play. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is right. We are back here for another one. To pretty much begin off the week, apart from yesterday's game, as this game is at the second of a back-to-back. As tonight we have the Philadelphia 76ers taking on the Atlanta Hawks in Philadelphia. Both teams come into this game at 11-9, but the Sixers get someone back tonight out of their big three. And I'm pretty sure you all can guess who's back tonight based on which shirt's behind me. That's right, everybody. Joel Embiid is back in the starting lineup for the Philadelphia 76ers. After being out for a few days, he finally returns to the court tonight to face up against Trae Young and the Atlanta Hawks in this one. So we're going to see what happens, see how well Joel Embiid can do in this game tonight. And then hopefully the Sixers can find a way to come out with the win tonight. You obviously know Shake Milton's been doing well. D'Anthony Melton's been doing solid. PJ Tucker's been scrappy on D. Tobias Harris has been doing better in scoring. And then obviously you bring Embiid back. It's getting better, man. Appreciate everybody for coming through into the stream already. Already got 2 people in here. If y'all haven't done so, hit that like button and hit that subscribe button if you guys know. And everyone share out the stream so you can bring more videos up in this chat. You guys already know what it is. Let's get this one started. Music for T-Star! That music's great! Let's go ahead and cut the beat! Thank you! Let's roll through the chat here before we get started. We got a lot of people to get to, so let's do this. Bleacher being the first one in here. What's going on, my guy? Appreciate you for coming through. So ready to go. You already know what it is. Beluga, what's going on? Appreciate you for coming through. So I'm not going to be there. Sorry. It's all good, man. It's all good. Anything important comes first, my guy. So, just appreciate you for throwing a few comments up here just for some support. Appreciate you for coming through, man. Hit that like button if you have not done so on your way out of the stream. MC, what's going on? Appreciate you for coming through. So let's go Sixers. You already know. Same thing with Beluga. Hit that like button. Same for you, Bleacher. Hit that like button if you guys have not done so. Eagles 140-33. I know. I saw that final score. I was very happy with what Jalen Hurts and this entire team was able to do on the ground, especially. We didn't need to throw the ball much because we had over 350 yards rushing. That's why Jalen Hurts didn't really have a lot of yards in the air because of all the rushing yards we could get on the ground. We had over 350 yards on the ground. Unbelievable job by the Eagles rushing offense last night. And then, the defense goes ahead and makes a few plays. But the one that I loved the most was that interception where Reed Blankenship, an undrafted an undrafted rookie, I should say, out of Middle Tennessee, comes in here and gets an interception on Aaron Rodgers, who absolutely robs a play from Aaron Rodgers to Randall Cobb. That was a beautiful interception by Reed Blankenship. But yeah, Eagles go out there, they get the job done. But in terms of the run defense next week, it's definitely going to have to be better, especially in next week's matchup with the Tennessee Titans, where the Eagles' run defense, it's not getting easier from here. Got to go and face Derrick Henry. We know he's been a monster, so you got to lock him down and shut him down. But so let's go Sixers. You already know. Absolutely. We're back here for the second of a back-to-back. Yo, someone that I have not seen in a blue moon. Michael Wazalewski, what's good, my guy? Appreciate you for coming through. So what's up? Appreciate you for coming through, man. Hit that like button if you have not done so, my guy. Yo, first time in a long time, man. Appreciate it. First time in a while. Back up in the streams. Appreciate that. But yeah, guys, obviously we're back here for the second of a back-to-back. Didn't go ahead and do it yesterday because of the Eagles game, and I wanted to watch that game since I did not have school today, but I will tomorrow, unfortunately. So, it is what it is. You got to deal with it. We're going to get through it. But, I didn't do the Sixers game last night because I wanted to watch the Eagles game last night. And if I did the Sixers game, I would have been too tired to watch the Eagles game. and not watch my Birds go ahead and take that win on the Green Bay Packers like they did last night to Aaron Rodgers. And then on Friday, had people over. You guys did not see a community post. If I did pull one out in this case, had company over for that Friday, so didn't go ahead and do a Sixers game for that one either. I was able to make up for it with a piece of content. I think it was the game preview for the the Packers game on Sunday Night Football. So went ahead, did that as a little bit of a makeup. But now we're back streaming the Sixers, so feels great to be back doing this, and hopefully the Sixers can start out this week with a win. But yeah, guys, appreciate everybody for coming back into a Sixers stream, man. Absolutely appreciate everybody that's come through. We already got 4 likes on this thing. Guys, let's keep sharing this out. Let's keep sharing this out. The streams on here have been pretty solid as of late. So let's not stop there. Let's keep sharing this out. I know there's Sunday Night Football going on, and everyone's going to want to watch that, but let's bring people over here, man. Let's bring the people over here. Guys, in the meantime, before the game starts, go ahead and drop your score predictions in the chat. Let me know what you guys think is going to be the final score for tonight's game. Do the Sixers take this on the second of a back-to-back, or will they fall short to the Atlanta Hawks in the return of Joel Embiid to the court, and especially in particular, the Wells Fargo Center? Let me know some score predictions in the chat. But yeah, man, here we go. Montrezl Harrell back to the bench tonight with Joel Embiid returning to the floor. So we're going to see what happens, man. Hopefully, again, the Sixers can find a way to take the dub in this one. Bruce Harper, what's good, my guy? Appreciate you for coming through, man. Hit that like button if you have not done so. Great to see you on this Monday evening. Hopefully, everyone's having a good Monday evening, man. You know, wanted to wrap up the first or second day of the week, whatever you want to consider it. Just wanted to wrap up the day and, get ready for the next one. So hopefully everyone's doing well. Hopefully everyone's, hopefully everyone had a good holiday as well. Have a good Thanksgiving. Spent time with the families, watched football, ate good food, enjoyed each other's company. All that good stuff, man. Hopefully you guys did all that good stuff, and hopefully you all had a happy Thanksgiving, and hopefully you all had a great weekend as well, man. Absolutely. Michael Wasilewski coming in with the first score prediction of tonight, saying that the Sixers on the second of a back-to-back and the return of Joel Embiid to the Philadelphia 76ers, he says that they're going to pull this one out and pull this one out by a final score of 121-109. I can see that happening, man, honestly. I mean, the return of Joel Embiid, he might come out a little rusty, might come out a little shaky, but I think, just in my opinion, to be completely honest, I mean, Joel Embiid is going to probably be rusty in the start, but I really think as the game goes on, he is going to go ahead and find his rhythm. So at the end of the day, when it all comes down to it, I really do think that the Sixers do have a chance to win this game. I also know Clint Capella is back tonight too, so he looks to give Joel Embiid a challenge. So we're going to see what happens, man. Both centers return to the floor tonight for both teams, so we'll just see what happens. So you made a good point the other day about Ryan Day. He stole this game from us. That's no excuse for the veteran defense questionable coaching decisions. Yeah, it's a fact. Literally. I also went ahead and tweeted this out. Also, if you guys are not doing so, go ahead and follow me on Twitter with the handle right here. I tweeted this out the other day after Ohio State lost to you-know-who. I'm not even going to mention that name whatsoever. That's playing in the Big Ten championship game against Purdue. But in my eyes, the main reason why we lost, 2 members of this organization. Number 1, Jim Knowles, for just the fact that his team, his defense, they gave up big plays from Michigan. They could barely stop the run. Like last year, we let Hassan Haskins go out there and kill us. And this year, it was Donovan Edwards running for over 200 yards. That's unacceptable right there. And obviously for the offense, Ryan Day, he let C.J. Stroud know what plays he wants to run with him, where he has to throw it, who he has to throw it to. And, some of this decision-making was a little bit questionable, especially like in the plays that were in double coverage, if any. I know we had him in the first half, but in the second half, you just got to find a way to finish games. Darius Slay ringing the bell tonight for the Sixers. For the Sixers game tonight, Darius Slay is ringing the bell. Let's go. I should have seen opinion about the great 21 to would be out there when it counts as the true MVP. That's a fact, man. And the stars come in here for both teams. Starting line for the Atlanta Hawks, Trae Young, DeJounte Murray, DeAndre Hunter, John Collins, and Clint Capella. For the Philadelphia 76ers is Shake Milton, DeAnthony Melton, Tobias Harris, PJ Tucker, and number 21 right there. If I can ever point to it the right way. Right there, that man at your 5 tonight, Mr. Joel Embiid, back in the lineup. So hopefully he comes out here and has himself a game. Wouldn't be surprised if he's rusty right off the bat, but we're going to see what happens. Great to have some hype back in it as well. I mean, I know Trez has a little bit of hype. He's a scrappy player and all that. But it's great to see him get back to the bench. Hopefully we can get the same production out of Trez off the bench, as well as some of these other role players. George Niang, obviously, Shake Milton, DeAnthony Melton. Hopefully we can see a little bit of Paul Reed tonight. You pretty much know all the guys that – you know what? I'm even going to mention him. Daniel House, Matisse Thybulle. Hopefully we can see the same production from these guys off the bench from what we saw from them pretty much in the starting line. Tip-offs have got to get underway here from the Wells Fargo Center. Clint Capella and Embiid to jump it up, and Capella is going to win the tip, and the Hawks will officially win the tip, and we are underway here in the Wells Fargo Center. Trae Young with the ball. The start gets over to DeJounte Murray. Murray flips this back over to John Collins. Collins over to Trae Young. Gets it over to DeJounte Murray. Murray around a screen from Capella. Murray still looking. Shoots a 2-point from the free throw line. That is good for DeJounte Murray to begin things here for the Atlanta Hawks. Shake Milton gets this over to DeAnthony Melton. Gets it over to Joel Embiid over to Harris. Harris looking for his options around the screen. Harris coming inside. And Harris with the reverse layup. That's no good, and Embiid does not get the rebound. Embiid playing his first game back in 4 games. As DeJounte Murray with the ball gets over to Trae Young. Trae Young matching over to Shake Milton coming inside. Trae Young kicks it out to the corner, but a foul is called against Shake Milton. Getting a piece of Trae Young, I do believe. Well, Trae Young grabs him first. Trae Young kind of grabs him, so I'd actually say that's on Trae Young, but they'll say it's on Shake. As Trae Young inbounds this here to DeJounte Murray, gets over to John Collins. Collins for 2, and that's no good, and then Embiid will get the rebound, and the Sixers will take the ball. Harris brings this ball down the floor. Harris on the fake out to Milton. Harris gets it over to Embiid. Embiid spinning. Embiid looking for his options, trying to find options, gets it over to Shake Milton. Milton coming inside, kicks it out to Tucker. Tucker out to Melton. Melton got to take a 3-point shot, and that's no good, and it's rebounded by Tobias Harris, who kicks it out to Milton. Milton on the pump fake out to Harris. Harris the 2-point shot. That one's good to tie this up at 2 points apiece. A lot of playmaking needed here from the Sixers offense early, but whatever it takes to pick up the points. Trae Young with the ball, matching up here with DeAnthony Melton. Young around the screen from John Collins. Trae Young still looking, coming inside at the baseline. Kicks it out to DeJounte Murray over to John Collins. Collins kicking this out to Trae Young. Gets it over to Murray. Murray, the 3-point shot from the wing is good for DeJounte Murray. The DeJounte Murray addition was huge for Atlanta in the offseason. But Tobias Harris on the fake gets over to Embiid. Embiid setting up the offense. Embiid gets over to DeAnthony Melton. Melton lobbing it up for 2. No good. Embiid gets the rebound. Embiid turns around and almost makes the shot. But we'll head to the line for 2. Foul is called here against DeAndre Hunter. First game since November 19th for Joel Embiid, and that was against Minnesota. He missed the last 4 games with the left mid-foot sprain. First one from Embiid at the line is good. Joel Embiid this season having a phenomenal season to begin, having a double-double type of season with 32 points a game and 10 rebounds a game. As he makes both free throws at the line, and Atlanta will bring this ball down the floor with Trae Young. Trae Young matching up here with De'Anthony Melton will go around him. Trae Young putting this one up for 2, and that's good for Trae Young. And the Sixers will bring this ball down the floor with Shake Milton out to Tucker. Tucker gets it back over to Milton, over to Embiid. Embiid at the top of the key. Embiid looking, gets it over to Milton. Milton coming inside, kicks it out to Embiid. Embiid spins around Capella. All the fakes. Embiid, the 2-point shot is no good. Goes off the back of the rim, off the backboard, and is rebounded by the Hawks. Bring it down the floor again here with Trae Young. Gets it over to DeJounte Murray, out to John Collins. Collins gets it back out to Murray. Murray on the pump fake. Drives, gets back outside. And foul to be called here against the Sixers. It's going to be a 3-second violation here against Philly. As with the defensive 3-second violation, Trae Young takes an uncontested free throw with nobody around him. He did end up making that, though, in this case. So it's now 8-4 in favor of Atlanta, and Atlanta will also take possession with this. Trae Young getting double teamed for the moment. Now Tucker will switch on to him officially. Capella misses the alley-oop, but is able to put it back over Joel Embiid. And the Atlanta Hawks are up by 6, 10-4 over the Sixers. Harris with the ball now for the Sixers. Gets over to De'Anthony Melton, over to Embiid. Melton taking the 3. That's good for De'Anthony Melton. That was a perfect shot from D-Mel. Has been really good the last few games, especially on the defensive side. Here he goes, DeJounte Murray with the ball, matching up with Shake Milton. Murray gets this over to John Collins. Collins matching up with Harris. Collins around the screen, coming inside. Or rather, that's DeAndre Hunter around the screen. And it was blocked. Milton the layup, taking it coast to coast. That is good for Shake Milton. Sixers trying to find their rhythm here in the first quarter. DeJounte Murray with the ball. Murray gets over to Trae Young. Trae Young matching up with Melton. Trae Young coming inside. Will lose it. No fouls called. Embiid picks it up. Over to Melton. Over to Harris with the layup is good. And he will give the Sixers the lead by 1 with under 8 minutes left in the first. Sixers go on a 7-0 run the last 50 seconds. DeJounte Murray trying to set up the offense here for Atlanta. Murray coming inside, past Shake Milton. The layup for Murray is no good, but he will be fouled in this case. And I do believe it will be on Shake Milton. If it's not on him, it's on P.J. Tucker. But a good steal right there by the Sixers for now to put them in front, but Atlanta looking to take the lead right back. So it is official on P.J. Tucker. They originally said it was on Shake Milton, but they probably took another look. First one at the line is good for DeJounte Murray. Nate McMillan, the Atlanta Hawks coach still. Get a good look at him. Second one at the line is good for DeJounte Murray. And just like that, the Atlanta Hawks will yet again take back a 1-point lead. Embiid trying to back into everyone, try to get the rebound. And Embiid cannot get the rebound. Neither can Tucker, and the Hawks will get the rebound instead. Young taking a deep 3. And that's no good for Trae Young, but DeJounte Murray gets a rebound. Out to Young again with the high-arcing deuce, and that's no good. And then rebounded by the Sixers with Joel Embiid. Embiid flipping this over to Milton. Gets it over to Embiid. Embiid will flip it over to Harris. And Harris will dunk it with 2 grown man hands. And just like that, the Sixers are back up on top. Here we go. DeJounte Murray brings this ball down the floor. Takes a 2. It's no good, and the Sixers will pick up the rebound. Harris. Bring the ball down the other end. Gets it out to Embiid. Embiid at the top of the key. Embiid trying to come inside. Embiid on the fake. Gets it over to Milton. Back to Embiid. Over to Milton again. And no goaltend is called as Milton tries to lay it up, but apparently it was blocked. Trae Young bring it down the other end. Young up the baseline. The layup is no good. Trae Young tries to get cocky, but Capella is able to put it back for Atlanta. That's a big part for that Atlanta Hawks offense. Melton gets out to Harris for three from the wing, and that is good for Tobias Harris. That is a big shot. And just like that, the Sixers are back up on top, 16-14 with under 6:20 left in the first quarter. Trae Young gets this over to DeAndre Hunter for two, and that's good for DeAndre Hunter. And just like that, it's back to a tie ball game here in the Wells Fargo. Embiid with the ball on the pass from Shake. Embiid gets out to Tucker. Tucker going to his right. Tucker will try to get back over to Embiid. Embiid will save it. I don't know what the heck Embiid's doing. He's just launching up rockets, and he's not going to put that anywhere. As Trae Young will get it over to John Collins for the slam for two. I don't know what Joel Embiid was doing. I mean, he was trying to save that from going out of bounds, but Embiid should just pass it out to someone and hope that they catch it. But here we go. Shake Milton brings the ball down the floor, gets over to DeAnthony Melton. Melton gets over to Harris. Harris lobs over for Embiid. Embiid going to be fouled, and he'll head to the line for two. As the foul will be called against the Hawks. Forget who it was on. I think it was on John Collins. But a timeout was called. Sixers down by two, 18-16. But yeah, guys, I mean, solid start right now. Something we have to keep up and keep doing, especially with the role players off the bench that we have. You know, when Maxey and Harden return, I understand that with, like, players with such as Shake Milton, DeAnthony Melton, and Daniel House, and even Montrezl Harrell in the starting lineup, our offense may look faster, but when you have players in the lineup such as Tyrese Maxey, James Harden, and Joel Embiid, you get more experience out of that, and they know how to deal with the defense. Not everything is about speed, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, guys, I mean, solid start right now. Solid start right now for the Sixers. Hopefully this can keep up for the rest of the game. We got to keep pressuring the Hawks. Got to start playing a little bit tougher defense. I like what we're doing in terms of like the solid scoring right now. I mean, the scoring has been solid. Atlanta leads it by two. No turnovers, so we're staying away from the turnover battle at the moment. That can all change in a period of time, but that can all change in a period of time for the Sixers. But for now, I really do like for the fact that we're not turning the ball over at the moment. But yeah, man, we're going to see how this game goes. We're going to hope the Sixers can find a way to pull this one out. But yeah, guys, let's see what we can do here in the remainder of the first quarter. Let's see what we can do. Hopefully find a way to take a lead. If not, keep this game close. Let's see what we can do, man. But here we go yet again, guys. Joel Embiid to go to the free throw line for two. Embiid looking to tie this up. So far, Joel Embiid, 2 points, 0 for 3 from the field, 3 rebounds and a block so far. Embiid, the first one, is good at the line. Like I said, guys, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Joel Embiid comes out here and is not really in his rhythm. I mean, it's his first game back in 4 games, so I'm not going to be surprised if Joel Embiid is not in his rhythm, as the second one is also good for Embiid at the line. So we're just going to see what Embiid can do. His first game back in 4 games. His Furkan Korkmaz has also went ahead and subbed in, as Murray gets it over to John Collins, over to DeAndre Hunter. Hunter gets it over to John Collins again. Collins on the pump fake. Collins kicks it out to Hunter. Hunter coming inside. Hunter, the arcing two-pointer is good and will put the Hawks up 20-18. D'Anthony Melton with the ball. Melton on the fake out to Tucker, gets it over to Embiid. Embiid gets it over to Harris. And that will be a turnover for the Sixers, the first of the night. Here we go. Here's DeJounte Murray bringing the ball down the other end. Gets over to John Collins for three, and that's good for John Collins. This team is going to be no walk in the park by any means, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, they have a lot of talent. They should have a bright future. So we have to show what we've done over the last few games, especially without Embiid. As Harris gets it over to Melton, back over to Embiid. Embiid matching up with O'Connell, kicks out to Harris for three from the wing, and that is airballed. And is rebounded by the Atlanta Hawks. DeJounte Murray with the ball, matching up with D'Anthony Melton, gets it over to John Collins. Collins gets it over to Murray, gets it over to Hunter. Hunter coming inside. Hunter tries to kick it out, and that is intercepted by Furkan Korkmaz on the steal. Korkmaz squeezing in between defenders. Korkmaz gets it over to Embiid. Embiid gets it over to Melton. Melton coming inside. Melton's going to lose it for the moment. It's all up in the air. No fouls called. They'll bring it down the floor with Murray. We'll get it back over to John Collins with the one-handed jackhammer, as that one is good for the Atlanta Hawks, who will now lead it by 7. Sixers need to get back to getting on the move here. And Joel Embiid trying to keep that in play. A line change here for the Sixers. So D'Anthony Melton and P.J. Tucker to go out. Paul Reed came in. So did Daniel House. And I think Shake Milton came back in the game as well. Looks like Bogdan Bogdanovic is not playing in tonight, as he is pretty much in street clothes. So I don't think he's in tonight. So here we go. Here's Trae Young with the ball, matching up with Daniel House. Gets it over to DeAndre Hunter. Hunter looking for his options. Hunter tried to shoot it, but a foul to be called here against Tobias Harris. So we're going Tobias Harris and Shake Milton with the second unit of Daniel House, Furkan Korkmaz, and Paul Reed. But yeah, all of the players that contributed while Embiid was out at the time, it did a very nice job. As Tobias Harris to head to the bench. AJ Griffin checking into the game. John Collins goes out, and so does DeAndre Hunter. And Justin Holiday also steps in. Justin Holiday gets it over to Okongwu, over to Trae Young. Trae Young matching up with Shake Milton. We need some defense here, Sixers. Let's go. Trae Young coming inside, flips it over to 14. That's AJ Griffin for three. That's no good. And it'll be out of bounds off of Shake Milton, and it'll stay Hawks ball with 14 on the shot clock. AJ Griffin is able to hit that off Shake Milton out of bounds. And the Hawks are able to keep it with 14 on the shot clock and 3:14 left to go in the first quarter. Trent Forrest going to inbound it here to AJ Griffin. Griffin will get this out to Trae Young behind the three-point line. Trae Young coming inside. Trae Young taking a two. No good, and Trae Young is going to head to the line for 2 free throws here, as a foul is called against Paul Reed. Or rather, it's on Daniel House, I should say. Because Paul Reed doesn't even touch Trae Young, and he doesn't even get anywhere near him. Hawks are in the bonus right now. First one's good at the line for Trae Young. 26-18 is your score at the moment with 3:05 left in the first. Second one for Trae Young is good at the line as well. No field goals for the Sixers in almost the last 3.5 minutes. Need some points here. Shake Milton gets this over to Korkmaz. Korkmaz coming inside. Korkmaz, the layup, no good. And is rebounded by the Hawks. We're going Shake Milton with the second unit right now. As Trent Forrest tried to get it in there, does not get it in the basket. And the Hawks are still getting rebounds. And Clint Capella cannot handle that one. That goes out of bounds. Sixers ball. Or rather, that's AJ Griffin, I do believe, actually. Another timeout being called here. Not the greatest of starts for the Sixers, but yet again, they're on the second of a back-to-back, and Embiid, this is his first game back in 4 games. You would think he'd be well rested, but at the same time, he hasn't gotten a lot of time to, get on the court apart from tonight's game. So at the end of the day, I mean, it's going to be hard to win this one. I wouldn't be surprised if we take a loss here. I would not be surprised. And she says, come on, Sixers. I know. Not to mention, we also need to find a way to get going on the rebounds here a little bit. We can't start slacking on the rebounds. They have double the amount of total rebounds that we do as a whole. They have 12 rebounds. We have 6 rebounds. We need to get going with the rebounds a little bit. We seriously just need to get going with the rebounds a little bit here, man. But yeah, guys, as of right now, Atlanta is absolutely destroying us on the boards. And on the boards, I mean rebounds. They're destroying us in rebounding right now. They have double the amount of rebounds that we do. It's unacceptable. Unacceptable in the rebounding. Got to be better on the rebounding, man. Can't slack on the rebounding at a time like this. Just can't slack on the rebounding. The rebound slacking is an absolute no-no against a team like this. I know we're both 11-9 as well, but we need to show why we're 11-9. We're not showing that right now. The Atlanta Hawks are showing why they're 11-9. We need to show why we're 11-9 as well. Joel Embiid already heading to the locker room. I hope it's just a bathroom break for him. I mean, he really wasn't shaken up at all. I mean, I hope that's just a bathroom break for Joel Embiid. I hope he just has to use the bathroom, but here we go. Shake Milton with the ball here. Going to his left, looking, gets it over to Niang. Niang gets it over to Paul Reed. Reed on the fake, going to shoot a 2, and that is good for B-ball Paul. That is much better from Paul Reed on the 2-point shot. Here we go. There's Trae Young with the ball, matching up with Daniel House around the screen. Trae Young coming inside, lobbing it up for Capella, and Capella gets that to go on the alley-oop. 2 minutes left here in the first quarter. Sixers down by 9, 29-20. Milton with the ball. Milton puts it up for Korkmaz. Korkmaz able to pick it up. And this is going to be a foul here, I believe, against AJ Griffin. And Korkmaz to go ahead and do the inbound pass here. As he'll inbound this here to Shake Milton. Milton going to his right. Milton lobbing it up for 2, and that is no good, and Capella gets the rebound. Trae Young almost lost it as Capella passed it over to him. Here we go. There's Trae Young with the ball. Trae Young flipping it out here to number 2, out to someone else for 3 from the wing, and that is good. That is Justin Holiday actually putting it in for 3. But here we go. Here's Shake Milton with the ball. This offense needs to get going, and they need to get going real quick. Milton up the baseline, kicks out to Korkmaz over to Niang. Niang taking the three-point shot. That's no good and is rebounded by the Hawks. Sixers, man, we're really slacking right now. Trae Young goes up with one. That's no good. Korkmaz with the pressure. Under 1 minute left here in the first quarter. Daniel House with the ball. House will drop this over to Paul Reed. Reed on the fake. Reed will pass it over to Milton. Milton taking the two, and that's no good. And Paul Reed trying to battle for the rebound, and does. Paul Reed trying to get inside again. And unfortunately, Paul Reed's going to be called for the charge. And it's easily an offensive foul because Capella was already in the position at the time before Paul Reed even got there. And Tran just letting this ball walk down the floor. Here we go. Here's Trae Young with the ball, trying to kick this out. Kicks out. AJ Griffin with the ball, gets over to Trae Young. And AJ Griffin being called for the foul here for Atlanta. Here we go. Shake Milton bring this ball down the floor here for the Sixers. Milton matching up with Trent Forrest. Milton just looking for his options. Gets out to Korkmaz. Korkmaz on the fake. Korkmaz taking a three. That is off the front of the rim and missed. Trae Young gets a rebound. Gets it over to Holiday, and Holiday with the slam. We need to wake up in the second quarter and the second half, man. That's for sure. Niang taking one last shot, and that's good for George. And count the shot for Niang. At the end of the first quarter, Sixers still up to a rough start at the end of the day, but Niang easily gets this one off. We go to the end of the first quarter with the Hawks up by 11 over the Philadelphia 76ers, 34-23 as we head to quarter number 2. Yeah, guys, I mean, rough start, man. Embiid's in the locker room. I hope he's okay. I hope it's just a bathroom break for him. Nothing else that's too serious. But I really hope it's a bathroom break for Joel Embiid. But, you know, Tobias Harris with the quick 9 to begin the first quarter. It's good to see. Tobias get back to his work that he's been doing the last few nights. It's good to see. But yeah, guys, you know, we got to find a way to put the points together. We got to find a way to put the rebounds together, and we got to find a way to put the defense together. The defense really isn't going to happen that much without Joel Embiid, which is why I'm hoping he just went ahead, took a bathroom break, and hopefully just came back out of the locker room at some point. Because I doubt he's injured, because, I mean, what would he have hurt? I mean, he would have been on the ground. I mean, Joel Embiid would have been on the ground if he was injured. So hopefully this is just a bathroom break, nothing serious for Joel. But hopefully we see Embiid back on the floor soon. It better not be anything serious here for Embiid. Because, I mean, he wasn't on the floor with anything. He wasn't grabbing anything. So I don't really think Joel Embiid could have hurt anything. But we're going to find out what the Sixers have learned from that first quarter and what they can correct and hopefully demonstrate here in the second quarter. As the second quarter is actually underway, so here we go. Shake Milton bringing the ball down the other end here. Milton gets it over to Niang. Niang back to Milton. Milton coming inside. Milton spinning. Milton puts it up for 2. No good, and the Hawks able to get the rebound again. Come on, guys. Paul Reed trying to poke it out. Paul Reed does do so. Great play by Paul Reed, who gets over to Milton, over to Daniel House. House with the underhand layup. Doesn't get it the first time. Will get it the second time, but a travel is called. That's unfortunate for Daniel House because that was a good play. Man, it would have been good if he would have threw it off the backboard and would have caught it, but DeJounte Murray with the ball down the other end gets it over to AJ Griffin, back over to Murray. Murray gets it out to Griffin. Griffin looking for his options, taking a three-point shot. No good, and Paul Reed gets the rebound. Daniel House bringing this ball down the floor here for the Sixers. House kicking it out to Korkmaz. Korkmaz for 3. No good. Korkmaz getting his own rebound. Korkmaz going to spin, fade, and that's good for Furkan Korkmaz. That's a good shot for Korkmaz right there. Going to need that a lot tonight off the bench. Here we go. Yet again, here's Trent Forrest kicking it out to the wing for Justin Holiday for 3, and that's good for Justin Holiday. We got to defend from the wing, especially when these players are shooting for 3. We got to start defending these. Here we go. Here's Korkmaz getting out to Daniel House. House going step back 3, and that's good for Daniel House. That's a big shot for Daniel House right there. Huge shot from the wing on step back. Here we go. Here's Trent Forrest with the ball. Gets it out to DeJounte Murray on a loose ball. But Murray able to get it, but lose it again to Korkmaz. Korkmaz bringing it down the other end. Korkmaz tries to drop it down for Milton, who saves it. Out to Niang. Niang for 3 from the wing. No good, and the Hawks able to get the rebound with DeJounte Murray. Man, that would have been a nice play if Niang would have made that. But here we go. Here's DeJounte Murray. And we're going the other way again. An illegal screen here against the Hawks. But yeah, man, here we go. Let's see what the Sixers can do as Furkan Korkmaz goes ahead and takes a seat on the bench. Milton trying to pull one up. That's no good. Paul Reed able to scoop up his own rebound, but loses it again. And Paul Reed will be called for the foul for knocking down, I believe that is DeAndre Hunter. All right, Joel Embiid is back in the game here, so he probably, hopefully, did just have to take a bathroom break. Probably should have done that earlier in the game, but it is what it is. And a technical foul here against Daniel House, I do believe. And he wants to have a talk with one of the officials, and Doc Rivers is in on it as well. And the technical free throw is missed by DeAndre Hunter. So, yeah, that's... So the first one missed by DeAndre Hunter. Daniel House trying to say, I'm just trying to have fun out here. Let me have some fun. Here we go. Here's DeJounte Murray getting this over to Justin Holiday. Back over to Murray. Over to AJ Griffin. Gets it back over to Murray. Murray gets it back over to Griffin for 3 from the wing, and that is no good, and Embiid gets the rebound. Great to see Joel Embiid back in the game for the Sixers. No serious injuries or anything. Tobias gets it over to Embiid, back to Tobias. Tobias looking for his options as he spins. Harris backing in. Harris kick it out to Embiid at the top of the key. Embiid losing it. Out to Milton it goes. Milton having to get inside, putting up a layup, no good. But a foul to be called here against the Hawks, and Milton will head himself to the free throw line. Foul called against DeJounte Murray. And he got hit in the face, too. I mean, that should probably be a flagrant, honestly. Could be a flagrant right there because, I mean, DeJounte Murray did it, honestly hit him in the face. But First one for Shake Milton at the line is good. Has really impressed the Sixers over the last few games, ever since he has been in the starting lineup. Daniel House Jr. to go to the bench here for the Sixers. De'Anthony Melton to come back in for him. Atlanta Hawks to go ahead and switch the rotation up at the free throw line. Second one for Shake Milton at the line is also good. Again, has really impressed the coaches the last few games. Hopefully he can do the same here and be one of those factors. But here we go. As DeJounte Murray will get this over to Justin Holiday. Holiday gets it back over to DeJounte Murray. Murray gets it over to A.J. Griffin. Griffin gets it over to DeAndre Hunter. And we're going the other way again as it's a treble. You can't do that, Atlanta. You can't treble. We'll get to the comments in a second, guys. Don't worry. I see everyone playing in the chat. As Shake Milton drops it down for Embiid, who spins, gets it back out to Milton, back over to Embiid. Embiid looking, backing in. Embiid still backing in, kicks out to Niang. Niang, a three from the wing. That is airballed, and then we're going to go the other way again. Niang missing everything right now. You can't be rushing the shots, but at the same time, you have to get them off quick. Can't rush them, though. That's the only problem. When you're taking the shots too fast, you rush them, and then you miss them all the time. Field goals in the quarter. Atlanta 1 for 3. Sixers are 2 for 9. That's got to step up and be brought up a notch. Here we go. They'll kick it out to Justin Holiday, and that will be a good layup right there for Justin Holiday right there for Atlanta, and the Hawks will lead it by 9. Under 8 minutes left in the first half. Milton gets this over to Embiid. Embiid gets it over to De'Anthony Melton. Melton looking for his options around the screen, gets it back over to Embiid. Embiid, the two-point shot, no good, rebounded by the Hawks. That'll put the Sixers at 2 for 10 in the second quarter. Murray will drop this over to John Collins, and he'll be fouled by Joel Embiid. If not him, it's on Tobias Harris. Yo, my guy. Joey Shake 72 coming in here and supporting. Appreciate for coming through. Appreciate for coming through, man. Said good stream. Hey, appreciate that, man. Appreciate for taking some time out of your night, just to come over and support me, man. So appreciate for doing. So Joey Shake says the first one is missed at the line for John Collins. Appreciate for coming through, man. Hit that like button if you have not done so, guys. Go ahead and subscribe to my guy, Joey Shakes. Been grinding out the content nonstop, and if I'm not mistaken, he just hit 20,000 subs on his channel. So again, congratulations to him for doing so. Keep up with the hard work, man. Definitely been an inspiration to other young content creators like myself, as the second one is good at the line for John Collins. And the Sixers will take the ball down the other end, down 10, 40-30. Milton with the ball will kick this out to Embiid at the top of the key. Embiid will get it over to Melton. Melton trying to look for his options. Melton trying to come inside. Melton's going to lose it for a second, but get it back as he gets over to Embiid. Back to Melton. Melton taking a three. That's no good. Tucker tries to get the rebound, cannot do so as Justin Holiday gets the rebound. We need to get points, boys. Come on. Start making your shots. Sloppy shooting here in the second quarter. As DeJounte Murray's going to lose the ball, Tucker's going to pick this up. And Milton's going to take a fall to the floor as this one's going to be against DeAndre Hunter. I believe a timeout was called by the Atlanta Hawks. But yeah, guys, we got to keep up with the Atlanta Hawks in terms of this scoring. We cannot slack. And we can't miss shots either. You can't rush the shots as well. You can't be rushing these. Take your time, but make sure you have enough time to get the shot off. Like, it makes no sense. We got to be better than this, man. This team's 11-9 in the Atlanta Hawks, and they are playing like 11-9. We're not. But Embiid needs to get back to his old ways. That's for sure, to say the least. Embiid needs to get back to his old nasty ways. And he needs to remind himself that no one can guard him whatsoever. So far, he hasn't showed that so far in the first 11 minutes that he's played. He's picked up 4 points and 4 rebounds and 2 assists, but really hasn't showed out. The main one showing out so far in the first half so far to begin is Tobias Harris with 9 points early on. At least the Sixers have been able to put up 10 bench points in the first half so far. But at the end of the day, man, got to find a way to come out here and make a statement. Justin Holiday is carrying their team in terms of the bench points right now. Not to mention for the fact that Justin Holiday actually has the most points on the team so far in this game tonight, with 10 points and a rebound. So, I mean, the Sixers, they just need to be better, man. I mean, what we're doing right now is unacceptable. We need to be better than this. We need to play the way that we have done when Joel Embiid was not in the lineup. This is supposed to be an improvement with Embiid back in the lineup. We need to be better than this. Here we go, man. Trae Young having a little bit of a quiet night here in the first half so far. 5 points, 5 assists, and 1 for 5 from the field he is shooting. Here we go with the remainder of the second quarter underway as Shake Milton able to put in a layup early on, and that one's good. Sixers trying to cut into the Hawks lead right now. Here we go. Here's Okongwu. Gets it over to DeJounte Murray. Kicks it out. John Collins for 3, and that's no good. And is rebounded by DeAnthony Melton originally, but will lose the ball out of bounds, so it will be Hawks ball again with 14 on the shot clock. Here we go. They'll inbound with Trae Young over to DeAndre Hunter. And a foul to be called yet again here against the Sixers. And DeAnthony Melton going to be called for the foul and his first of the night. And DeAnthony Melton wanting to disagree as he is continuing to talk with the officials about it. DeAndre Hunter with 4 points and a rebound, 2 for 4 so far in the first half. Looking to add on to it here with 2 free throws. First one good at the line for DeAndre Hunter. Sixers back down by 9 with about 6.5 minutes left here in the first half. Doc's telling his boys to get it straight, get things straightened up. He's mainly talking to the official, but at the same time, he's telling his boys to straighten things up here. Got to straighten things up here for the rest of this quarter and the entire second half. But here we go. Shake Milton with the ball, taking up the baseline. Milton looking for his options. Drops it down for Joel Embiid. Embiid matching up with Okongwu. Embiid on the pump fake, and Embiid able to get the 2-pointer to go. Joel Embiid finally finding a bucket here. I believe it's his first bucket of the second quarter. Here we go. There's John Collins kicking it out to Trae Young. Trae Young looking for his options around the screen. Trae Young taking a 2-point shot. That's good for Trae Young. That was a good deep, too, and a nice jump shot by Trae Young, to say the least. Here we go. Here's DeAnthony Melton with the ball. And Embiid was fouled. Embiid was fouled, but this should be an inbound pass because Embiid was not shooting the ball. Capella to immediately get back in the game here for Onyeka Okongwu. As Embiid will inbound this here to Shake Milton. Milton going up the baseline, kicks out to Tobias Harris. Harris on the pump fake. Gets it over to DeAnthony Melton. Melton gets it over to Embiid. Embiid looking at shooting the ball for 2 as Embiid, and it is missed and rebounded by the Hawks. Clint Capella will get this out here to DeJounte Murray. Murray kicks this out to Trae Young. Trae Young directing traffic, directing the entire offense. And Trae Young to be fouled by DeAnthony Melton as the ball goes flying up in the air and hits Joel Embiid in the head. What the heck? What in the world? Hits Embiid right in the face. Could have been an illegal screen on Capella, but they called Melton for the foul, and it hits Embiid right in the head. But Trae Young getting fouled again here. And this one's going to be on Embiid. Trae Young to go to the line for 2 here. Trae Young now with 7 points in the first half, 5 assists, 2 for 6 from the field. First one good at the line here for Trae Young. Second one for Trae Young is also good at the line. He absolutely switched that one. Got a Hawks fan in the stands, also apparently a Patriots fan. Shake Milton will get this ball over to Tobias Harris. Harris kicks it out to Milton, over to Tucker. Tucker coming inside, gets it over to Embiid. Embiid kicking it out to Melton. Melton taking the 3-point shot. That's no good off the back of the rim. Milton gets the rebound. Out to Embiid. Embiid on the pump fake. Embiid on the pump fake again for 2. Embiid will not get it to go and is rebounded by the Hawks. DeJounte Murray brings the ball down the other end. Murray, step back 2. That's good for DeJounte Murray. Shots are just not falling for the Sixers tonight. It's got to be cleaned up in the second half and for the remainder of the second quarter. Here we go. Shake Milton putting up a 2. That's no good. Milton tries to get a rebound. And what are these shots being taken by the Sixers tonight? Why do we look sloppy? We shouldn't be playing sloppy ball. We should have this figured out. There's Trae Young with the ball here, matching up with PJ Tucker. Getting double teamed. It's going to be a kicked off of Joel Embiid. Matisse Thybulle to check in the game here for the Sixers, replacing DeAnthony Melton. Melton to head of the bench here. Trae Young inbounds it to Capella, back to Trae Young. Trae Young matching up with Matisse Thybulle, gets it over to DeAndre Hunter. Great pass. Hunter is able to finish it with the bucket. And the Atlanta Hawks to lead it by 16, 50-34. Sixers need to find a way to get things going in a big way here as Harris gets it over to Embiid, over to Thybulle, and Thybulle able to put one up for 2, and that one's good for Matisse. Hopefully that's the start of some more offense here. And another foul called here. Looks like that's against Matisse Thybulle. So Matisse Thybulle here with some action here early on. And B with the nice pass to Thybulle. And conversations continue to be had here with these officials. So apparently, Capella was the one fouled. Capella, the first one, is good at the line. And Embiid is already sweating. Embiid is already breaking a sweat. That's how many points he's played. Second one is missed here by Clint Capella. And the Sixers to take it down the other end. Harris backing in. Harris taking a 2. That's good for Tobias Harris, and they'll head to the line for one more. Hopefully the Sixers can get something going here in the second quarter here with under 3.5 minutes left. But Tobias Harris able to find a shot right there, putting the Sixers down by 13 for the moment. Tobias can cut it down to 12. He's actually shot pretty well to start this game off. 11 points, 2 rebounds, 5 for 7 from the field. And the and one for Tobias Harris is good at the line, so make that 12 points for Tobias Harris on the night. Here we go. Here's Trae Young bringing the ball down the other end, matching up with Shake Milton. Trae Young coming around the screen, gets out to DeJounte Murray, shooting a three. That is not even close, and Tobias Harris gets the rebound. Not even sure if it touched the rim, but Harris kicks it out to Embiid. Embiid back to Harris. Harris looking for his options here. Harris coming inside. Harris on the pump fake. Harris the two. No good. Sixers trying to get the rebound, and Milton is able to get the rebound. Milton gets over to Embiid. Past Trae Young. Embiid coming inside. The layup is good for Joel. And the big fella able to get one that time around. Cut it down to a 10-point deficit here for the Sixers. DeJounte Murray with the ball here for Atlanta. Gets it over to John Collins. And John Collins was originally blocked by Thibault, but now they call a foul against Matisse. Did Matisse make any contact? Of course, they're not going to show it. They're going to show the Embiid layup. I mean, hopefully the Sixers are trying to find a little bit of rhythm here to end off the first half. I mean, that'd be great and that'd be helpful at the end of the day. So if it can happen that we can find a little bit of rhythm, that'd be fantastic. Oh, guys, I never went ahead and mentioned this, but ladies and gentlemen, we have cut down to single digits away from 500 subs, man. If I hadn't said this already, 5 subs away. Just 1, 2, 3. Wait, hold up. Let me do it with this hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 subs away from 500 on the button. So everyone share out this content, man. Let's go. There's just a few things that I apparently can do with my right hand, honestly. One of them is like kind of like doing a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like that. That's like one of the things I can do with my right hand, honestly. But yeah, man, let's see what the Sixers can do here to end off the half. Sixers looking to give right back in this one. Hopefully the Sixers do find a way to get back in this tough duel between 2 11-9 teams. Let's see what the Sixers can do, man. Embiid just embarrassed Capela on the Euro step. That was the drive of the game right there with Embiid doing that. Embiid with 8 points, 2 for 8 from the field, 4 rebounds and 3 assists for the big fella. We have yet to see Montrezl Harrell in this game since Joel Embiid is back. We apparently have used Montrezl Harrell less now. Here we go, man. Let's see what the Sixers can do. As John Collins head to the free throw line for 2, I do believe. First one for John Collins is missed at the line. Hopefully keeping the Sixers in this one. There's quite a few people in the stands with Hawks jerseys that are Atlanta Hawks fans. Second one for John Collins is good at the line that time around. So they'll get it to go that time. And the Sixers will now take it down by 11. Milton with the ball gets over to Tobias Harris. Harris gets it over to Tucker. Tucker on the fake gets it over to Embiid and throws it into a double team, and it's stolen by Atlanta. Trae Young gets it over to Holiday. Holiday coming inside, puts one up for 2, no good, and the Sixers are able to get the rebound. Milton able to get it, bring it down the other end. Milton, the layup is good. Shake Milton able to cut this down to a single-digit deficit here for the Sixers. Under 2 minutes left. Murray coming inside. The two-point shot, no good off the back of the rim, and the Sixers do get the rebound with Tobias Harris getting it. Who will get this over to Shake Milton. Milton looking for his options. Milton gets over to Embiid. Embiid looking. Coming inside. Embiid, the two-point shot. That's good for Joel Embiid. Embiid's hopefully coming alive here. Ending off the first half. And Milton tries to steal it from DeJounte Murray, but cannot do so as he'll hit this one out of bounds. And it will stay Hawks basketball as they will inbound this to Trae Young. Trae Young trying to look for his options here. Trae Young getting double team, gets it over to John Collins. Collins gets it out to Holiday for three in the corner, and that's no good. And the Sixers able to get the rebound with Shake Milton. Lobs over for Tobias. Tobias coming inside for two. And they will give the goaltend on the call by John Collins. They'll give him the call on the goaltend, so 2 free points for Tobias Harris. Six for 9 from the field now for Tobias Harris with that goaltend call. Murray gets this over to Trae Young. Trae Young looking, matching up with Thibault, and Trae Young drops over for Holiday for 3, and that's good for Justin Holiday. Justin Holiday has really lit it up for the bench tonight for Atlanta. Here we go. Here's Joel Embiid with the ball. Embiid gets it over to Shake Milton. Milton looking, gets it over to Joel Embiid. Embiid matching up with Capella. Embiid pump fakes, puts up a 2, and that's good for Joel Embiid. Again, Embiid with a dozen here, and Embiid is coming alive here to end off the first half. Trae Young gets it over to John Collins. Collins being surrounded by Tucker and Embiid on a double team. Gets it out to Trae Young. Trae Young going outside, back inside. Kicks it out to Murray. Murray for 3 from the corner. And that is no good, and Embiid gets the rebound. And the Sixers will be able to take one more shot to end off the first half. Milton with the ball. We'll kick it out to Embiid. Embiid putting up a 2. That's good for Joel Embiid. That's a big shot. 2.3 left. Young, the 3. No good. A good finish to end up the first half here for the Philadelphia 76ers. 28 points scored for Philadelphia. As they're down by 4, we got a ball game between these two 11-9 teams. Sixers down by 4, 55-51. Huge step up here in the second for the Sixers. After the sluggish start, they really found a way to figure things out here. But yeah, guys, let me just go ahead and change the scoreboard real quick. But yeah, guys, good finish for the Sixers here to go to the end of the first half. Good finish for the Sixers, man. That's a good finish. That's a good finish right there by Philly. But yeah, guys, also the scoreboard has officially updated, so we are going to go over the first half stats for both teams and the team stats, and then we'll go ahead and take the halftime break like we always do. No one new in here, so you all pretty much know the drill, so let's just roll right through it. So, for the Atlanta Hawks, ending off the first half, Justin Holiday leads the way with 13 points and a rebound. DeJounte Murray following that up with 9 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists. Trae Young with 9 points, a rebound, and 7 assists. John Collins with 9 points, 5 rebounds, and an assist. DeAndre Hunter with 8 points and a rebound. And Clint Capella with 7 points and 7 rebounds to end off the first half for the Atlanta Hawks. So pretty much everything coming from the starting lineup except for Justin Holiday off the bench. And pretty much carrying their bench as well. But now going over to the Philadelphia 76ers side, Joel Embiid leading the way with 14 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. Tobias Harris following that up with 14 points and 4 rebounds. Shake Milton with 8 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists. DeAnthony Melton with 3 points, a rebound, and 3 assists. Georges Niang with 3 points, no rebounds, and an assist. Daniel House with 3 points straight up. Furkan Korkmaz with 2 points, a rebound, and an assist each. Paul Reed with 2 points and 4 rebounds, and Matisse Thybulle with 2 points straight up to end off the first half. Stats for your Philadelphia 76ers. Now over to the team stats now. The Atlanta Hawks shot the ball in the first half, 51.4% from the field to the Philadelphia 76ers, 42.6%. The Atlanta Hawks shot the ball 35.7% from three-point range to the Philadelphia 76ers, 30.8%. The Atlanta Hawks shot the ball 75% from the free throw line to the Philadelphia 76ers were perfect from the free throw line. Sixers were a perfect 7 for 7. Hawks were 12 for 16. In terms of total rebounds, Sixers stepped it up in the rebounding, but the Atlanta Hawks still able to out-rebound them in the first half, 23-21. But the Sixers able to do it on offensive rebounds, 8-5. Both teams are tied in assists and to end off the first half at 13 assists each. Atlanta Hawks with more blocks than the Sixers, 4-1. Sixers with more steals than the Hawks, 5-4. Sixers winning the turnover battle over the Hawks, 9-6. Sixers with more points in the paint than the Hawks, 26-22. And a total of 22 personal fouls called in the first half, 13 on the Sixers and 9 on the Atlanta Hawks. And ladies and gentlemen, that is how we are going to go ahead and end off the first half. On that note, 4-point game here in Philly. Sixers really stepped up in that second quarter. After a rough start, they really started picking up the rhythm. So hopefully we see that in the second half. But Nate McMillan's going to go ahead and adjust, so we have to go ahead and adjust ourselves. But ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and take the halftime break on that note. So ladies and gentlemen, go get a snack, go get a drink, go to the bathroom, do whatever you guys need to do in order to get ready for the second half of this one between the Philadelphia 76ers and the Atlanta Hawks. And ladies and gentlemen, I'll see y'all back here for the second half. Alright, guys, I'm back here ready to go for the second half. Sixers down by 4, 55-51 to the Atlanta Hawks. Let's see what happens. See what we can do. But yeah, guys, we get ready here for the second half. Sixers down by 4, man. So let's see if they can come out with the win. Again, they came alive to end off the second quarter. They really came alive. Hopefully, some of these players, especially Joel Embiid, have found the rhythm to get right back into it. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully, the Sixers come out here with the win, and let's just get ready for the second half, man. Appreciate everybody that has been stopping by, back and forth. Or if you left and come back, or have stayed in the entire time, appreciate everybody. Second half about to get underway here. Third quarter about to begin here again. Hopefully everyone had a happy Thanksgiving. Hopefully everyone, had a good Monday today. Starting off your work week. But yeah, man, let's see what happens here. Third quarter about to get underway. Let's see what happens. Joel Embiid starting to find his rhythm here as he's getting going here as he got going later on in the second quarter. They're showing 4 straight buckets from Joel Embiid that ended off the third quarter. Embiid and Tobias leading the way with 14 points each, and Shake Milton with 8 points as well following that up. But here we go, man. Second half about to get underway. Freaking for chicken now showing up every time a player from the opposing team, in this case the Atlanta Hawks, misses 2 free throws. Sixers fans can win themselves some Chick-fil-A McNuggets. But here we go. Second half begins now. Shake Milton bring the ball down the other end. Gets it over to P.J. Tucker, over to DeAnthony Melton. Melton gets it over to Shake Milton. Milton lobs it up, puts it up for 2. It's no good, and the Hawks get the rebound early. Murray kicks out to Trae Young. Trae Young lobs it up for John Collins, who will slam it down for 2 here for Atlanta to begin the second half. Here we go. Here's Tobias Harris with the ball. Harris gets it over to Embiid. Embiid gets it over to DeAnthony Melton. Melton taking a 3-point shot. That's no good, and rebounded by the Atlanta Hawks. Here we go. Here's DeJounte Murray with the ball. Murray drops it down for Capella. Capella spins. Capella tries to spin around Embiid, but Embiid said, "Get that weak stuff out of here." And the Sixers get the rebound. Embiid drops it down for Harris. Harris taking a 3-point shot. That's good for Tobias Harris. That was a big one. 17 for Tobias with that 3-pointer right there. Trae Young with the ball. Young lobs it up for 2, and that's good for Trae Young, and no fouls called. Hawks up by 5 again. Melton kicks it out for Embiid. Embiid wide open for 3. That's no good, and DeJounte Murray able to pick up the rebound. We'll get this over to Trae Young. Trae Young looking for his options. Trae Young coming inside. Young lobs it up for 2, and that's good for Trae Young. After 4 bounces, it goes in off the rim. Hawks go back up by 7. Melton with the ball. Melton will get it over to Embiid. Embiid looking. Embiid matching up with Capella. Embiid just dribbling with the ball. Get out to the corner to Tucker. Over to De'Anthony Melton. Melton gets out to Harris. Harris for 3. That's no good and is rebounded by the Hawks. Someone has to support Tobias Harris, man. And if it's going to be Embiid, he's got to start being as efficient as he was to end off the second quarter as Trae Young takes a deep 3. And, of course, he makes it because he's Trae Young. Trae Young makes the 3-point shot because he's Trae Young. And just like that, the Hawks are back up by 10. Here's Shake Milton with the ball. Milton looking. Gets over to Tobias Harris. Harris trying to match up with John Collins. Harris on the pump fake. Harris. The layup no good the first time, and Harris will get it the second time off the rebound for the offensive board here for the Sixers. Harris standing under the basket and picking up that rebound. And this one here by DeAndre Hunter is no good, and the Sixers will pick up this rebound as well. Melton. Looking. So, offensive foul called here on De'Anthony Melton for elbowing Trae Young in this case. Good hustle right there by Tobias Harris on that recent play by the Sixers. But an elbow to Trae Young gets him right on the chin. And Melton's like, come on, man, I have to be better than that. And De'Anthony Melton knows it. Here we go. Trae Young gets over to DeJounte Murray. Murray puts one up for 2. That's no good, and P.J. Tucker gets the rebound. Gets it out to De'Anthony Melton. Melton coming inside. Melton goes back outside the 3-point line. Melton matching up with John Collins. Looks for his options, gets it out to Shake Milton. Milton coming inside. Milton, the layup is good. Shake Milton trying to put some points up here in the second half and get the Sixers right back in this. DeJounte Murray bringing this ball down the other end. Both teams with 32 points in the paint. Murray gets it over to DeAndre Hunter, over to Clint Capella. Capella looking, gets this over to DeJounte Murray. Murray kicks it out to Trae Young. Trae Young will lose it. Doc Rivers thought the Sixers had the clean steal right there. But turns out the Hawks are going to keep this and will just do an inbound pass. Not a lot of time on the Never mind, I thought they didn't have a lot of time on the shot clock, but they do inbound it. Like 14 seconds on the shot clock as Murray gets it over to John Collins. The ball will be loose and it will go the Sixers' way. Sixers ball as no Atlanta Hawks players chased it because they thought it went off a Sixer. But they don't chase it, so it'll be Sixers ball. Here we go. Here's Shake Milton with the ball. We'll get it over to Joel Embiid. Embiid looking. Gets it over to De'Anthony Melton. Melton putting one up for 2, and he will be fouled by John Collins. And he clearly grabs De'Anthony Melton like there's no tomorrow. And this will be inbounded to Joel Embiid. Embiid taking the 2-point shot. Embiid tried to just snipe it in and cannot get it to go as Trae Young brings it down the other end. Trae Young takes the 2-point crazy jumper. That's no good. He will kick it out in the corner to John Collins. Out to Hunter for 3, and that is good. Why are we watching the shots? We need to be contesting. We're not statues like the Statue of Liberty. And Melton coming inside with the layup, and that's good for De'Anthony Melton. Stop watching the shots, guys. Get some pressure. Get some pressure on these guys. Let's go. Here we go. There's DeJounte Murray coming inside. Trying to get past Joel Embiid. We'll spin and come a little bit outside and get it over to Capella for 2, and that's good for Clint Capella. Unreal. You got to defend inside. You got to defend anywhere. Milton taking the 3-point shot. That's good for Shake Milton. And that was a big shot with under 6.5 left here in the third. That was a big shot for Shake Milton when it matters. Trae Young. with the ball and will be fouled by DeAnthony Melton. That's 4 on DeAnthony Melton, so he's going to have to probably take a seat. If Doc Rivers goes ahead and leaves DeAnthony Melton in this game with 4 fouls, I will leave the space. Doc, if you even dare think about keeping DeAnthony Melton in this game with 4 fouls, you are a crazy coach. I will guarantee you Doc Rivers will do it and will keep DeAnthony Melton in this game. I will guarantee it. Doc Rivers is going to keep DeAnthony Melton in this game with 4 fouls. I am calling it. Crazier things have happened, especially with Doc Rivers. I will stand up and leave this area. I will leave this area if Doc Rivers goes ahead and keeps DeAnthony Melton in this game with 4 fouls. I will do it. You want to know why? Because any one of us could coach better than Doc Rivers in this situation. Any one of us could coach better than Doc Rivers. But at the end of the day, when it all comes down to it, Doc Rivers needs to make the right adjustments. Needs to make the right moves. Needs to make the right changes. But Doc Rivers better not keep DeAnthony Melton in this game. He better not. Doc Rivers just cannot leave DeAnthony Melton in this game. He just cannot do it. Sixers just need to continue to keep their rhythm going, need to continue to make their shots, and need to continue to play defense. All the basics. But what's Doc Rivers going to do? Is he going to leave DeAnthony Melton in with 4 fouls? My prediction is yes. Why? Because Doc Rivers has been a coach that's just been not the best at times. I know Doc Rivers is going to keep DeAnthony Melton in this game with 4 fouls. I just know it. I mean, do I not know my coach or do I not know my coach? For the Philadelphia 76ers, do I not know my coach? Do I know my coach or do I know my coach? He would lead DeAnthony Melton in this game with 4 fouls. Shake Milton's been pretty solid in the starting lineup, actually, rather. 13 points, 5 for 13 from the field. And, okay, Melton's not in, so I don't even need to stand up. Murray gets it over to DeAndre Hunter. Gets it over to John Collins for 2, and that's no good, and Joel Embiid collects the rebound. Gets this out to Shake Milton. Milton brings this ball down the floor, gets out to Embiid. Embiid coming inside, gets out to Milton again. Milton, pump fakes, puts up a 2. That's no good. Milton tries to get the rebound, cannot put it back, and is rebounded by the Hawks. DeAndre Hunter with the ball coming inside, up the baseline. Hunter gets it out to Murray for 3 from the top of the key, and that's good for DeJounte Murray. Just cannot leave any of these spot-up shooters wide open, and one of them is DeJounte Murray. Another one being Trae Young. Here we go. Joel Embiid with the ball. Gets it over to Shake Milton. Back to Embiid. Gets it over to Niang. Niang coming inside. Gets it out to Embiid. Embiid over to Niang. Niang a 3 from the corner is good for Georges Niang. That's a big shot. Niang's like, we got to keep this going. Murray gets it out to Hunter. Back to Murray. Over to number 2, over to John Collins. Collins gets it out to Hunter. Hunter coming inside. Looking back outside. Hunter taking a 3. Way off the mark. And Capella cannot get the rebound. As it'll be Sixers ball. Here we go, Daniel House Jr. to get back in the game here for the Sixers. As Georges Niang will inbound this here to Shake Milton. Milton bringing this ball down the floor. Milton gets the layup to go. And the Sixers will be down by 4 yet again, as the score was at halftime. Here we go, 4.5 minutes left. Murray gets this over to DeAndre Hunter. Hunter gets it back. Over to Murray for 3, and that was good for DeJounte Murray from the wing. Sixers will bring this down the floor again with Shake Milton. Milton will kick it out to Embiid. Embiid, the 2-point shot. That one's good for Joel Embiid. That's the first shot of the second half for Joel Embiid. 4 minutes left here in the third. Murray gets this over to DeAndre Hunter. Back to DeJounte Murray. It's over to number 2. Over to Holiday. Back to number 2. Number 2. Going to lose it, but the Hawks will keep the ball with 4.3 on the shot clock. And Furkan Korkmaz was the last Sixer to touch it. But very little time here for Atlanta to go ahead and get the shot off. Forrest able to get away with one here. Okongwu to get back in the game. Clint Capella to go to the bench. Here we go. 4.3 on the shot clock here. Forrest to inbound it. And Niang with a good deflection who will get it over to Embiid. Embiid gets it over to Korkmaz. Back to Embiid. Embiid coming inside and will be fouled. I believe that will be on Justin Holiday. And it will. That's a great play right there by Georges Niang to get it out to Joel Embiid. That's a great play. Here we go. Here's Georges Niang, though. Gets it over to Shake Milton. Milton coming inside, lays it up, and lays it in. Shake Milton making this a 3-point game here in Philly, trying to keep his team in it. 75-72. We got ourselves a ball game yet again, ladies and gentlemen. Just a little over 3.5 minutes left here in the third. And the Sixers really putting things together here. Sixers really getting things going here in the third quarter. They've really been finding their rhythm, and they've really been staying in with the Hawks. Need a few more shots like that, and need to continue to keep on maintaining the pressure. But yeah, man, great to see that we're keeping up with the Atlanta Hawks, man. Atlanta Hawks are a good team, don't get me wrong. They might not have one of their better bench players in Bogdan Bogdanovic, but they can still compete. They can still compete without him. Shake Milton has really stepped it up these last few games, and I want to see this to continue the remainder of the season for this man in the starting lineup for as long as he needs to be in the starting lineup. And especially when Maxey and Harden come back, I want to see this off the bench too. I want to see this off the bench too for the Sixers as well. But especially for Shake Milton. Steelers are 3-0 over Indy. Of course they are. Whoop-de-doo. What else is new? I'm sure it's early. I mean, Sunday Night Football probably just started. But yeah, man, here we go. SG Sports Talk, what's going on, my guy? Appreciate you for coming through, man. Appreciate you for coming through. Hit that like button if you have not done so. But Shake Milton has done a pretty solid job. 7 for 16, but You know what I meant. You know what I meant, Monday Night Football. Here we go. Here's Trae Young taking the three-point shot, and that comes up short, and Embiid immediately snags the rebound. We'll get this out to Shake Milton. Milton. Coming inside. We'll kick it out to Embiid. Embiid coming inside. Spins. Puts it up for two. And then we'll count that and the foul. Joel Embiid to the line for one more. Foul called, I do believe, on Onyeka Okongwu. You know, a solid veteran QB, I know, has been a little up and down at times, but you know, he's been solid for Indy, especially around the weapons that he has, such as Michael Pittman and Jonathan Taylor and everyone else on the squad. You know, a young quarterback and still learning, man. It's all a learning process. Here we go. Here's Trae Young. We'll get this over to Clint Capella. Gets this over to Holiday. This over to Forrest. Forrest to put it up for two, and that is good for Forrest. Trent Forrest, I do believe that was. The first name is Trent, I do believe. But here we go. Here's Shake Milton with the ball. Milton going to his right. Milton coming inside, spins. Milton puts up a two, and that's good for Shake Milton. Keeping the Sixers in this one. Shake Milton's really has stepped it up. Ever since he got brought up to the starting line, he's really stepped it up. Here we go. Here's Trent Forrest. Trent Forrest bringing inside, and the Sixers say, get that weak stuff out of here. Not in our wheelhouse. House will get this over to Embiid. Embiid tries to get it over to Daniel House, but that is stolen by Atlanta. Trae Young gets this over to Trent Forrest. Out to A.J. Griffin. A.J. Griffin, a three from the wing. That's no good, and Korkmaz is able to get the rebound. 2 minutes left in the third here. Korkmaz with the ball. Gets over to Embiid, over to Milton. Milton with the ball. Milton kicks out to Embiid, over to Niang. Niang in the corner for three. That's good for Georges Niang, and the Sixers will lead with 1:44 left. 80-77. Big shot from the corner, and the Hawks will immediately answer. Was that Trae Young? Probably putting in a deep three as always. Trae Young probably absolutely silenced the entire Wells Fargo Center. Milton taking another one. That's no good, and Capella gets the rebound. This one will be brought down the other end here with Trae Young. Trae Young around the screen, coming inside. Will lob it up for Capella. And Niang fouling Capella, and Capella will be sent to the free throw line. Niang kind of shaking up a little bit on that right knee. Shaking up a little bit is Georges Niang. Yes, I see you go Atlanta Hawks, SC Sports Talk, but you know, we respect all fans here, man. Respect all fans bases. First one is missed by Clint Capella at the line. One more, and the Sixers fans will get the Chick-fil-A chicken nuggets. One more. Minute 11 left. All Sixers fans are loud and rising. Second one for Capella is good, and he will silence the crowd. Here we go. Melton with the ball. About a minute left. Melton coming inside. Melton puts it up for two. No good. Paul Reed tries to get the rebound. Cannot do so. Capella gets the rebound for the Hawks. We'll send it over to Trae Young. Trae Young will spin. Get it over to Capella. That was a good play. Capella trying to put it in a couple times. Cannot do so. He had 3 times to put it in and misses them all. Paul Reed gets the rebound. Out to Daniel House. Under 40 seconds left. House drops it down for Paul Reed. Reed out to Korkmaz. Korkmaz for 3. That's no good. We'll go out of bounds, and it'll be Hawks basketball with 30 seconds left exactly in the third quarter. Korkmaz had an opportunity to put the Sixers back up in front. But Furkan Korkmaz to go ahead and take a seat on the bench. Thibault to get back in here for the Sixers. Here we go. Here's Trae Young with the ball, bringing this ball down the other end. Trae Young just going to take his time for now. Eventually, someone's going to have to take a shot. Might be Trae Young. Trae Young running into a wall. Trae Young getting double teamed. And that's good defense by Danuel House. This will go out of bounds, and with 2.8 on the shot clock, the Hawks will regain possession, but not a lot of time to get it off. Good double team right there by the Sixers on Trae Young. Here we go. They'll inbound here. Trae Young inbounds it to Okongwu. And it's a travel. You can't do that, Atlanta. You can't do that, Okongwu. You can't do that. All right, Court wants to get back in the game here from Matisse Thybulle. That's the 13th turnover of the game here for the Hawks. Sixers only with 8 turnovers. Okongwu pretty much with the clear travel, in my opinion. Never dribbled the ball whatsoever. Danuel House inbounds here to De'Anthony Melton. Melton bringing it down the floor. Melton pulling one up for 2. Will not get it, but will be fouled and will head to the free throw line. Capella already complaining. What else is new? Players complaining at the refs. Trent Forrest being called for the foul. And Melton with an opportunity. Melton with an opportunity to give the Sixers the lead. De'Anthony Melton, not as electric as he has been in the past. 5 points, 4 assists, 2 for 8 from the field. First one for Melton is missed at the line. At least tie this up, D-Melt. Let's go. Yeah, that was a great D on that one play. You better not be ahead of me, and that better not be true. No, not be true. That better not be true. Second one for Melton is good that time, so that time Sixers will go ahead and tie this one up. Trae Young not even going to bother taking the full court heave. And we end off the third quarter with this game tied. Sixers, Atlanta Hawks, tied at 81, going to the fourth. Game's going to come down to the wire. Whoever outscores the other team in the fourth quarter will go ahead and win this game. Well, let's see what happens here in the fourth. Both teams are tied at 81 points apiece. But yeah, guys, here we go to the fourth quarter, man. Whoever outscores the other team in the fourth quarter is going to win this ball game. But yeah, guys, here we go, man. Great play call. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. But here we go, man. Here we go. 81 all for both teams. Whichever team outscores the other opponent in this quarter by doesn't matter how many points wins this game. Here we go. Last 4 games, Tobias Harris averaging almost 23 points a game. And here we go to start the 4th. Holiday will get this over to Okongwu, and that'll be good for 2 for Onyeka Okongwu to begin the 4th quarter just like that and put the Atlanta Hawks up by 2 already, 83-81. D'Anthony Melton with the ball will kick this out to Tobias Harris. Harris will kick this out to Niang, over to D'Anthony Melton. Melton coming inside. Melton kicks out to Niang. Niang taking a 3-point shot. That does not fall for George. A lot of these shots have not been falling for George Niang tonight. Here we go. Trent Forrest will get this over to DeJounte Murray. Murray matching up with George Niang. We get double team for the moment. We'll get it over to Trent Forrest. And Forrest will get it with the two-handed jam for 2. And just like that, put the Hawks up by 4, 85-81. Anthony Melton will get this over to Tobias Harris. Harris trying to find some space, but Holiday is all up in Tobias Harris's face, and it'll go against Holiday. Here we go, D'Anthony Melton to do the inbound here. We'll inbound this here to Furkan Korkmaz. Get it back over to D'Anthony Melton. Melton. We'll toss it over to Tobias Harris. Harris on the fake. Gets over to Paul Reed, out to Korkmaz. Korkmaz at the top of the key. Korkmaz out to Melton, and he'll get it to go. And that is D'Anthony Melton with a big shot, and Bogdanovic cannot believe it. That is a big shot for the Sixers, and one that they needed desperately. And DeJounte Murray touches the baseline, and it'll be Sixers ball. We're going the other way, ladies and gents. Here we go. Here's D'Anthony Melton with the ball, bringing it down the other end. That's turnover number 14 for Atlanta, by the way, as Melton gets served to Tobias Harris. Harris matched up with Hunter. Harris, the 2-point shot. That's good for Tobias Harris. Tobias Harris has been playing like a new man the last few games. Onyeka Okongwu gets it out to DeJounte Murray. Murray gets it out to Adrian Griffin, back out to Murray. Murray gets this over to Hunter. Hunter kicking out to Holiday in the corner for 3, and that's good for Justin Holiday. 4 of 5 from downtown for Justin Holiday tonight. As Melton gets this over to Paul Reed, and Reed will lose it. But they're going to say it went out of bounds, and it's going to stay Sixers ball with 15 seconds on the shot clock. Niang to make a switch here for Thibault. Here we go, D'Anthony Melton to do the inbound here. Melton will flip it out to Paul Reed. Reed tries to get this over to Melton. Melton able to regain possession. Melton going step back 3. That was almost good. Reed gets the rebound, and Paul Reed loses it again. Ball's still loose. Melton battles for it. Melton picks it up. Melton surrounded. Out to Thibault, back to Melton. And Harris needs to take the shot, and he gets it! Tobias Harris, playing like a new man. A man is born. And just like that, at the buzzer, as the shot clock expired, Harris gets one to go on a lucky shot. Okongwu loses it. Sixers pick up the ball. Thibault gets it out to Melton. Melton loses it for the moment, gets it back out to Thibault. Thibault back out to Melton. Melton, matching up with Hunter, gets it over to Thibault, over to Harris. Harris, looking. Harris, coming inside, kicks it out to Thibault. Thibault tries to take the shot. Thibault with the layup is good for Matisse. Matisse Thibault, and a timeout called by the Hawks. Sixers take a 3-point lead here in Philadelphia at the Wells Fargo. After many big plays, as Melton never lost a step. Melton got it over to Harris, and as the shot clock expired, Harris gets it off in time for 3. And then the layup by Thibault gives the Sixers a 3-point lead with about 8.5 minutes left to go here in this game here in Philadelphia. What a game we have here, ladies and gentlemen. This game is incredible. This is a playoff game right here. This is a playoff game right here, man. I'm telling you. This is seriously a playoff game. Guys, Tobias Harris is doing so well tonight. This could be his best game of the year. I'm telling you, he's a new man. He's a new man. A new man is born. I'm telling you. But yeah, man. But yeah, man, Tobias Harris able to figure things out. You know, Embiid trying to do what he can. Melton trying to do his job. But Tobias Harris is the main one having the big game. Sixers are really making things happen here. But yeah, man, here we go. With the continuation of the fourth quarter, the turning point of the game was when Melton had that big shot for three, and then Harris at the buzzer before the shot clock expired got one to go, and then Thybulle with the big bucket to give the Sixers a 3-point lead. Last 5 games for Tobias Harris has been almost all with 20 points. But here we go. DeJounte Murray bringing this ball down the other end. Matching up with Matisse Thybulle. Murray tries to drop it down to Hunter, and it's taken away by Korkmaz. Korkmaz picks it up, gets it over to Reed. Reed out to Korkmaz. Korkmaz for 3. No good, but a foul called against the Sixers, so we're going the other way. Paul Reed being called for it. There we go. There's DeAndre Hunter, who will inbound this here to DeJounte Murray. Clock continues. Murray gets this over to Okongwu. Okongwu gets this over to Hunter. Hunter was almost met at the rim by Paul Reed, but is able to get it in and put the Hawks down by 1 with under 7:50 left here in the game. Korkmaz with the ball gets over to Thybulle, back to Korkmaz. Korkmaz gets it out to Harris. Harris taking a 3-point shot. No good. Too hard off the back of the rim and rebounded by the Hawks. Hunter will get this out to John Collins. Collins gets this over to DeJounte Murray. Murray going to his left. Coming inside. Murray taking the 2-point shot is no good. And we're going the other way with it. Foul on DeJounte Murray, ladies and gentlemen. As he elbowed DeAnthony Melton. And Trae Young gets back in the game here. Korkmaz with the ball gets over to Thybulle, back to Korkmaz. Korkmaz looking for options, gets over to Harris, back to Korkmaz. Korkmaz gets back to Harris. Harris looking for his options. Harris coming inside. Harris. And the shot is no good and rebounded by the Hawks. DeJounte Murray picking up this rebound. Murray going to his right. Gets over to John Collins. Collins for 3. That's no good and rebounded by the Hawks. Or rather the Sixers, I should say. And a timeout called here by Doc Rivers to talk things over and hope to pull a bigger lead than just a 1-point lead at the moment. Trying to talk strategy here, man. It's a good thing Doc Rivers is taking these timeouts. Trying to talk strategy with his team. Trying to figure things out. But yeah, guys, this game is coming down to the wire, man. 2 11-9 teams trying to battle it out for this win. Double-double on the night for Clint Capella. Nearly a double-double for Trae Young. If he gets one more assist, then he has a double-double. Justin Holiday yet again just carrying the bench. But Tobias Harris with 24, Shake Milton and Joel Embiid with 19 have been the 3 players to be the main factors in this game tonight for the Sixers. And not to mention 20 points off the bench for the Sixers tonight as well. Not to mention we haven't even played Montrezl Harrell one time in this game. I mean, Julian Champagnie hasn't played yet. Saben Lee hasn't played yet. I mean, those 2 are just cleanup guys. But Montrezl Harrell hasn't played yet. And I think Jaden Springer is still out. So, mainly the one that has not played tonight is Montrezl Harrell. Because they really like what they're seeing with Paul Reed since Joel Embiid is back. Doc Rivers is really trying to experiment with Paul Reed. Here we go. Sixers to do the inbound. Melton taking a quick 3 immediately, and that's no good. We don't need 3s right now, D-Melt. You're only up by 1. You don't need 3s. Put the 2s in. Here we go as Trae Young gets this over to DeJounte Murray. Murray coming inside. Murray. The 2-point shot no good, and Joel Embiid gets the rebound. Here we go. Embiid gets it over to Tucker. Back to Embiid. Embiid gets it over to Milton. Milton puts up a 2. That's no good, and Capella gets the rebound. Trae Young with the ball gets it out to John Collins for 3, and that comes up short, and the Sixers get the rebound with Tobias Harris. Harris brings this ball down the other end. Looking for options, gets it over to Embiid. Embiid over to DeAnthony Melton. Melton coming inside. Melton kicks out to Tucker, out to Harris. Over to Embiid. Embiid coming inside, flips out to Harris. Harris on the fake, out to Tucker. And foul called against the Sixers, and I think it's against Tobias Harris. Was it a travel, or what was the offensive foul for? Here we go. Here's Trae Young with the ball. Trae Young putting one up for 2, and that's good for Trae Young. The Hawks have 6 players in double figures, but the bench, apart from Justin Holiday, has been inconsistent as Milton gets this over to Embiid. Embiid loses the ball. Collins picks it up and is met by Embiid. Embiid said, "Get that weak stuff out of here." Even though he is called for the foul in this case. Here we go with both teams having a little conversation. Embiid said, "Get that weak stuff out of here. Not in my house, this happens." Just call this a common foul, dude, please. Just call this a common foul, but I already know they're going to call this a flagrant. It's going to be a flagrant one and Embiid. It's going to be a flagrant one. And they'll give, I believe, John Collins a flagrant free throw. I know this is going to be a flagrant. Just give Joel Embiid the flagrant one and move on. Like, do I not know how the refs work? Because I do. Go ahead. Just give Joel Embiid a flagrant one. Like, what's taking so long? Seriously, just miss every shot they take. No, they won't. You're just trolling. Oh, wow. So, wow, it'll just stay as a common foul. I really thought they were going to go ahead and call this as a flagrant because I really do know these refs. Technical foul, though, on John Collins and Georges Niang, I do believe, also got a technical. Trent will get high and will have 45 points in this game. He's not going to have 45 points, man. First one good at the line here for John Collins, though, to give the Atlanta Hawks a 2-point lead for the moment. Yeah, I know what the score is, man. Don't get me started. Second one at the line is missed from John Collins, and the Atlanta Hawks will only be up by 2. Anthony Melton with the ball. Get the shoulder to Shake Milton. Milton around the screen from Embiid. Milton gets it over to Melton. Melton coming inside. Melton the layup. No good and blocked. That got annihilated by Atlanta. DeJounte Murray with the ball. Murray coming inside. Kicks it out to DeAndre Hunter. Hunter gets it over to Capella. They don't call a travel, but the Sixers do get the rebound. A clear travel, though, by Atlanta, I believe by Capella. Clear travel, but of course the refs don't call because these are Atlanta's refs, apparently. Here we go. Here's Embiid with the ball. Embiid coming inside on the pump fake. Drop this down to Milton. And Milton will be fouled. Or rather, a goaltend here on DeAndre Hunter. So 2 points here for Shake Milton. Ball hits the backboard first before it has any chance of getting to the rim. So that's why it is a goaltend. DeAndre Hunter taking a 3-point shot. That's good for DeAndre Hunter. That was flawless going into the net. Scores 96-93 Atlanta Hawks. 3:50 left to go. Milton, pump fakes. Milton gets it over to Embiid. Embiid, looking, coming inside. Embiid pump fakes again. Embiid getting his own rebound, but will head to the line for 2. I know what they're winning by, man. They're winning by 3 right now, 96 to 93. I'll update it by the end of the game, but I'll keep saying the score throughout the game, man. No worries. Here we go. And the first one was good at the line for Joel Embiid. And the timeout is called here by the Atlanta Hawks. This game, ladies and gentlemen, is coming down to the wire. Here's the thing, man. The reason why Atlanta is only up by 2 right now is because they may have 6 players in double figures, but apart from Justin Holiday, their bench has been inconsistent. I mean, you have AJ Griffin with 3, you have Trent Forrest with 4, and you have Onyeka Okongwu with 2 points. That's it. Only 3 players have scored off the bench for the Atlanta Hawks. Sixers still with 20 points off the bench. Bogdanovich isn't playing, man, so you can't say go Bogdanovich. Bogdan Bogdanovich. But someone else needs to start making shots after Embiid takes the second free throw. Ndamukong Suh in attendance tonight. Some former Eagles in attendance here. Ndamukong Suh being one of them. Ndamukong Suh, I believe, was able to get the courtside seat. Second one for B at the line is good off the back of the rim and goes in. Hawks are only up by 1, 96-95, 3:40 left to go in the game. Trae Young with the ball. Young. Looking, gets it over to DeAndre Hunter. Hunter gets it over to Trae Young. Trae Young gets it out to Murray. Out to Hunter, who comes inside, shoots a 2. That's good for DeAndre Hunter. I think a 3-pointer needs to be shot and made. I don't know who you put it in the hands to. Maybe Tobias. Probably not Tucker because he hasn't taken a shot tonight. Or you can even put it in the hands of Shake Milton if you do take a 3. But Harris coming inside here gets it over to Embiid. And Embiid not able to corral it in and get the ball. Sixers really need to stop right here on defense. Trae Young with the ball. Young. Why is Joel Embiid and Clint Capella going to be called for the loose ball foul, so we're going to go the other way. So we're going the other way. Sixers still with the chance. Clint Capella called for the loose ball foul. Here we go. Here's Shake Milton with the ball. Milton gets it over to Embiid. Embiid coming inside. Embiid taking the 2-point shot. No good, but he'll head to the line. 4-2. Joel Embiid keeping his team in this now. This is another one against Clint Capella. Need both of these to go, Embiid. Let's go. Really need both of these to go right here. First one from Embiid at the line is good. Really need both of these free throws to go in. They both need to go. First one good by Embiid. Looking to make this a 1-point game yet again in favor of the Atlanta Hawks at the moment. Second one for Embiid is also good at the line, and he will keep it close. Joel Embiid keeps this close, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. 2:35 left. Trae Young with the ball. Trae Young lobs it up for 2. No good. Sixers get the rebound. Melton's got it. Gets it out to Shake Milton. Sixers with a chance for the lead with 2:20 left. Milton with the ball, gets it out to Melton. Melton over to Embiid. Embiid shooting a 2. That's no good. Hawks get the rebound. Come on, man. Get under the basket. You're 7 foot, Joel. Get under the basket, for heaven's sakes. DeJounte Murray with the ball, matching up with Tobias Harris. Murray makes Harris move by a lot, and that one's good. Now you need a three-pointer right here to tie this one up again. Should be a timeout right here by the Sixers to talk some strategy. Sixers really need a shot to go right here. This game is so close. Sixers really need someone to take a big shot. TP1, what's going on? Appreciate you for coming through. So let's go, Philly. You already know. Hit that like button if you have not done so. TP1, appreciate you for coming through the stream. Be for MVP. Exactly. Should have been that way the last 2 years. They have no three-point shooters out there. I mean, you can say that, but I mean, Shake Milton has put in some nice shots. You know, Tobias Harris has put in some nice shots. The thing is, Atlanta is just finding a way to figure us out right now, despite the fact that Atlanta does have 18 turnovers. They have been better in the shooting category, except for the free throw shooting. I see what you're saying, is actually Sports Talk. I see it in the chat. But yeah, man, the Sixers really do need to get something going right here. Someone needs to take a big shot. DeAndre Hunter really playing a really solid game, actually. 18.7 for 11 from the field, 2 rebounds and 3 assists. But here we go, man. Sixers need a big shot. Shake Milton with the ball, bring it down the other end. Milton gets it over to Embiid. Embiid gets it over to Harris. Harris looking for his options. Harris trying to find more options, but we'll find Embiid. Embiid gets over to Harris. Harris with 3 at the top of the key. No good, and the Hawks get the rebound. That's too strong by Tobias Harris. But Trae Young bringing this ball down the other end. Young looking. Trae Young kicking it out to Murray for 3. That comes up short. Harris gets the rebound. Sixers still have a chance, but they need a big shot. Harris looking, gets it over to Niang. Niang gets it over to Embiid. Embiid looking. Embiid matching up with Capella. Embiid backing in, spinning, puts it up for 2. That's good for Joel Embiid. Embiid keeps them alive. A three-pointer might be the dagger, but by Atlanta might be the dagger, but we're going to see what happens. Here we go, Trae Young. And with 45.3 seconds to go, whistle called here and a foul called against DeAnthony Melton. Or rather, it's going to be against George Niang. Embiid with a nice spin move right there. Hopefully the Sixers are not out of fouls to give, because that would be bad, because that means it's just going to be the free throw game. And the Sixers are not out of fouls to give, so it's just an inbound. Trae Young with the ball. Young. Guarded by Niang, gets out to Collins. Collins with an underhand pass and does not get it off. It's a shot clock violation. We're going the other way. 30 seconds left. Sixers down by 1 to the Atlanta Hawks. 31.3 left. They'll put some time back on the clock. 100-99. This is it pretty much right here. This is pretty much it. Here we go. Shake Milton with the ball, gets it over to Embiid. Embiid looking, coming inside. Embiid taking the 2-point shot. That's good for Joel Embiid. Embiid has given the Sixers the lead with 18.6 seconds left. 101-100. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The Sixers with the lead by 101-100. And Joel Embiid's like, let's go. He's like, make him earn it. Joel Embiid is saying, let's make them earn it. Any bucket will do it for Atlanta, but that's a huge shot for Joel Embiid. That is a huge shot from Joel. That is a massive shot. Man, guys, this game is coming down to the wire. Holy cow. This game is seriously coming down to the wire, ladies and gentlemen. Holy cow. Embiid, now I do believe with 27 points. With that shot right there. Embiid with a pretty solid game coming back off his injury. I mean, I can't complain about the performance of Joel Embiid, man. Sixers, you need one stop. You get one stop, game is over. End it. End it with one stop, boys. Here we go. 27 for Joel Embiid, who has scored the team's last 8 points. As I said, Embiid's the MVP. It's a fact, man. Smash the like button. Hey, appreciate that, Bruce Harper. Guys, smash the like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not done so. Appreciate everybody, man. But here we go. This is it right here. This is do or die time for Atlanta. Yeah, him and Harden. If imagine if we had both those back, we'd have all the veteran talent in the world. But here we go. We're going with a lineup of Thibault, Melton, House, Tucker, and Embiid. Holiday gets it over to Trae Young. Trae Young with the ball. Young lobbing it up. Embiid's denying it. Embiid gets the rebound. Embiid loses it, but will be fouled with 5.1 left on the clock. Joel Embiid picking up the rebound, saying, "No, sir. This is my house. This is not your house, Atlanta." Embiid with a huge wingspan. That is huge. But here we go, man. 5.1 left. That may have sealed it. But if both teams are out of fouls together, they're just going to play the free throw game. I feel if Harden was playing, we'd probably lose more games as he's not a team player. It's not that he's not a team player, man. It's just that he's known for his playmaking. He's known for taking a lot of shots. He just has to learn how to develop. I mean, this is his first full year under Doc Rivers. Keep that in mind. He only had a half year last year to figure things out under Doc Rivers. That's not enough time for him. This year should be something different for James Harden. But it all depends how he works under Doc Rivers' system. It means a one-man wrecking crew. That's a fact. That is a fact. And besides, you want to have veteran talent. You don't want to go in with young talent and not know what you're doing whatsoever. But this is a big play right here made by Joel Embiid. Just give him player of the game, dude. I don't care. What I should say is that he's ball dominant, so everyone just stands around while he kills the team with his ball handling. I mean, no, you just got to figure out under Doc Rivers' system, man. Here we go. Sixers to do the inbound. Here we go. Yang inbounds it to Embiid. And Joel Embiid to be fouled here by Clint Capella with 4 seconds left. And Embiid back to the free throw line. Hawks officially out of fouls to give. Hawks have one timeout left, so most likely Nate McMillan's going to go ahead and take it after Embiid shoots both these free throws. And Joel Embiid getting the MVP chance in the stands. Here we go, 4 seconds left. First one for Embiid at the line is good. Joel Embiid is probably saying to himself, I have to make the Atlanta Hawks earn it. I have to make that team earn it. After this one right here, Nate McMillan's probably going to go ahead and call his last timeout that he has. Talk strategy with the team. Here we go. 4 seconds left. Second one for Joel Embiid at the line is good. Timeout immediately called by Nate McMillan in the final timeout of the game. 4 seconds left. It all comes down to this. Do we go to overtime or will the Sixers come out with the win? Joel Embiid was saying to himself at the free throw line, most likely in his head, make them earn it. Make them earn it. It's what Joel Embiid has probably said to himself the entire game from start to finish. Because he has been one of the main players, if not the main player on this team, to come out here and be dominant. He has said, make them earn it. Facts, man. Embiid coming back is awesome. Let's run the bag. It's all ours. One shot, man. One shot. One shot from Atlanta. Scored the team's last 10 points from Joel Embiid. That's incredible. Great return from Joel Embiid tonight. Great return. Great return, great response. Just for the heck of it, they should put both Joel Embiid and Montrezl Harrell both in at the same time. Nate McMillan talking strategy here with his players here. But here we go, man. All down to this. Will we go to overtime or will the Sixers walk out of here with the win? Joel Embiid, Tobias Harris, Shake Milton, the 3 main factors in this game tonight. Embiid with 29 points, Tobias Harris with 24, and Shake Milton with 21. But here we go. All down to this. One shot decides it all. Here we go. One shot decides it. DeJounte Murray inbounds it to Collins. And why are we fouling John Collins? We don't need to foul John Collins here. Tucker, what are you doing? We don't need to foul John Collins. Let him go. Three or 6 for the line tonight for John Collins. Going to try to get the Hawks back in it. First one for John Collins is missed. And that should seal it. Maybe. Probably throw off the board here for the Hawks coming up. Going to put Embiid right on the other side with Capella, with Tobias Harris. Get ready for a throw off the glass. Second one is good. He actually ended up shooting that one. It's got to get in bounds and in play. Embiid will be fouled with 1.9 left. Embiid makes both Sixers win. Embiid makes one or none of them. Hawks still have a chance. It all relies on the big hands of Joel Embiid at the free throw line. Embiid saying, I've made this team earn it, but it's time to seal it. And shut these Atlanta fans up. Walk out of here with the win and get on to the next. First one for Embiid is no good at the line. Wow. If I'm Atlanta, I put this in the hands of Trae Young. For a full court heave for Atlanta. That's the first free throw Joel Embiid has missed tonight. Embiid looking for 30. Embiid will get 30, but a full court heave is what it all comes down to here for Atlanta. Here we go. Got to put it in the hands of Trae Young. Young, full court heave. No good. It's an air ball, and the Sixers are going to come out with the win. 104-101. They will come out with the win here in Atlanta. An air ball by Trae Young on the full court heave will seal it. And Atlanta falls short. And the Sixers will win 104-101. Embiid coming clutch at the right time and showing up when He did. Players of the game go to Joel Embiid, Tobias Harris, and Shake Milton. We will talk about their stats in just a moment. We'll go to the chat here real quick. Appreciate the 4 people still being here, man. Risotto said, yeah, awesome game. Absolutely, man. This was a great game. This was playoff basketball right here. No joke. This was playoff basketball. No questions asked. Playoff basketball, playoff atmosphere, playoff everything. But Joel Embiid, what a game from that, man. It was indeed. Next game will be against the Cavs on Wednesday at 7. And it'll be in Cleveland, too. Makes it even better. But yeah, guys, let's go ahead and change this final score. Great finish here by the Sixers. As yeah, guys, we do have the final score right there, 104-101 as the final score. Even for the Sixers as they take down Atlanta 104-100. It's 104-101 though, my guy. Yeah, it's a good win by Philly, man. You know, both teams were going head-to-head, wire-to-wire. They were in it with each other second after second. And Joel Embiid came back in a big way. But here we go, man. We're going to roll through the stats here and the team stats, and then we're going to roll on out. But great job by the Sixers to finish off this game in a strong way. But here we go. Let's roll through the stats here. Trae Young leading the way in this game for the Atlanta Hawks with a double-double as well for Trae Young with 18 points, 2 rebounds, and 10 assists. DeAndre Hunter with 18 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists. DeJounte Murray with 17 points, 5 rebounds, and 6 assists. Justin Holiday off the bench with 16 points, a rebound, and an assist. John Collins with 13 points, 9 rebounds, and 3 assists. And then Clint Capella also with the double-double, putting up 10 points and 16 rebounds. Actually, that doesn't end off the Atlanta Hawks side as Trent Forrest off the bench puts up 4 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. A.J. Griffin with 3 points and 2 rebounds. And Onyeka Okongwu putting up 2 points, 2 rebounds, and an assist to officially end off the final stats of the Atlanta Hawks. Now over to the Philadelphia 76ers side. 3 players really standing out tonight. Go through them in order. The 3 players really showed up, man, but we'll roll through these stat lines real quick here. Joel Embiid leads the way for the Philadelphia 76ers with 30 points, 8 rebounds, and 7 assists. Tobias Harris with a double-double tonight, by the way, putting up 24 points, 10 rebounds, and an assist. Shake Milton puts up 21 points, 5 rebounds, and 7 assists, yet again in the starting lineup, playing 40 minutes tonight. DeAnthony Melton putting up 9 points, 2 rebounds, and 5 assists. George Niang off the bench putting up 9 points, no rebounds, but an assist. Matisse Thybulle putting up 4 points straight up. Daniel House Jr. putting up 3 points straight up. Furkan Korkmaz putting up 2 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists. And Paul Reed puts up 2 points and 7 rebounds to end off these stat lines in terms of the players here for your Philadelphia 76ers. Hey, take care, TB1. Take care, my man. Appreciate you for coming through. Here we go over the team stats now. The Atlanta Hawks ended up finishing shooting the ball 50% from the field to the Philadelphia 76ers 45.3%. The Atlanta Hawks shot the ball 44.4% from three-point range to the Philadelphia 76ers 34.5%. The Atlanta Hawks shot the ball 68.2% from the free throw line to the Philadelphia 76ers 88.9%. The Atlanta Hawks ended up out-rebounding the Sixers 43-37. But the Sixers ended up out-rebounding the Atlanta Hawks offensively 10-8. The Atlanta Hawks with more assists than the Sixers, 26-23. The Hawks with more blocks than the Sixers, 7-3. Sixers with more steals than the Hawks, 10-6. Sixers win that turnover battle, 19-11. Sixers with more points in the paint, 50-40. And a total of 40 personal fouls called, 21 on the Atlanta Hawks and 19 on the Philadelphia 76ers. And ladies and gentlemen, on that note, that is how we will end off the stat lines for tonight's game, player to player, and the overall team stats. And ladies and gentlemen, that's pretty much how we're going to end it off here, man. Appreciate everybody that came through to the stream tonight. Again, the Sixers get the win over the Atlanta Hawks, 104-101, and will go to what I believe is 12-9 on the season, and the Atlanta Hawks will drop to 11-10. And ladies and gentlemen, that's going to pretty much do it for me. But we got one more comment from Ryan Rose, actually showing up in the chat for the first time in a while. So appreciate you for coming through, Ryan Rose. Said Tobias Harris, DeAnthony Melton, and Shake Milton dominating the paint of double-double scoring. That's a fact, man. That's a fact. Appreciate you for coming through, Ryan Rowe. Hit that like button on your way out. And yeah, ladies and gentlemen, on that note, that's pretty much going to do it for me, man. Be sure to like and subscribe if you guys have not done so, man. And I'll catch you guys on the next one, man. Peace out. The Sixers win. Let's go. Peace, everybody. Have a good night, y'all. God bless and peace.